My name is Rachel Komrskova and I'm the Executive Director of the Big Trust, which is a local charity. And what we do is we are here to enable businesses to connect effectively with their local community for the benefit of both. And what I mean by that is that we work in the most deprived areas in Liverpool City region with people who are the furthest away from job market. So people who have experienced maybe homelessness, been to prison, are care leavers, maybe had drug and alcohol issues. And currently the system is really failing them to help them to move on. So we work with people who are ready to move on, so they are not longer maybe on the street, or they might moved on to a hostel or more of an independent situation. They are clean from drugs, they are out of prison. So they are ready to move forward, but because of the barriers, they've been held back by the society. And we worked on the other side with the businesses to understand how engagement with people we support can help them as much as the society, as much as them helping them will help the society we are living in. And we kind of also work with businesses around leadership, so the businesses which are already supporting us demonstrate to other peers that community engagement is very beneficial for our local economy. I would very much like to encourage all the businesses here in the Liverpool City region that no matter what size you are, you can have effective community engagement. You do not need to have anyone to employ to do it. We are here to help you. And even if you engage just with one child during that year for one day, it's more than if you do nothing. And we can help you to do it. And we need support from businesses because our resources is the employees of the businesses. We can't do it. We need businesses to do it in the community. Our role is to support you to do it, and you need to help us. We kind of are in a third sector, and traditionally the third sector means charitable, so the work, but also includes other work such as voluntary work, social enterprise. We, as I mentioned, are a charity, but we are behaving as a business. We engage with businesses, we are business-led charity. I would say that we are a business. In fact, when we work with other charities, I say to them that it's very important that they consider themselves a business. Although they might be receiving funding, in the end of the day, they still have to be giving services for which they are paid for, even if it's from funders. So for me, the sort of approach of charity is sometimes almost not helpful. Everyone is a business as long as they've got employees and a balance sheet. For about 20 years in the area was a charity called Business in the Community, which is one of Princess Charles's charities in operation, for which I worked. And I had a team, and together we really were sort of champions of the more traditional kind of approach to community engagement called the corporate social responsibility. They have changed their strategy, and we found ourselves out of work in 2016. At that point, I had a leadership team chaired by Jet Fitzgerald, and some of the existing trustees I have were on that board. And I went to them and said to them that I feel there is really need for our work to continue in the area, but I explained that the sort of strategy of business in the community at that point changed here. And together we decided to set up a new charity, which we launched in September 2016. I was able to retain some of the skill of the team which worked for Business in the Community, and Business in the Community in fact supports our work here. We work in partnership on a number of programs. It was a challenge to set up a charity. It's much harder than I thought, and setting up a business is much easier in the sense of you don't need to go through a lot of legal processes we had to go through to actually obtain a charitable number. MSB solicitors were just wonderful in helping us to do that. Having a charitable number enables us to access funding, which, as I mentioned before, although if we were to be a social business, we wouldn't be able to access our funding in the way we need to for some of our work. Although we are looking to really be independently funded through private sector in the long run, at the beginning we need help to sort of tackle some of the key issues. So the best person to contact would be myself, and my email address is rachel@thebigtrust.org, and you can look at our website and have a look at some of the work we do, and that is www.thebigtrust.org.